you've got the game won? Well, you've got a 10-10 on board. And then they play Deathwing Dragonlord, and you still think you've got the game won, right?
That's incredible.
Yeah, that is incredible. Thankfully, we have a Hex.
Right away.
And now you think, surely it's over, right? But you're even going to be smart about it. You're not going to overcommit on the board. You're going to hold that 4-drop back. So what could go wrong now, you ask? Yeah, he plays the other Deathwing, which he got from Netherspite Historian. He got both Deathwings from the same Netherspite Historian with Bran, which is disgusting luck. And unfortunately, as you can see there, as the game progressed, not rolling another Taunt Totem was enough to lose. One of those unfortunate moments where your opponent has what I'd call perfect RNG and there's nothing you can do about it. Anyway, that was just a fun little moment that I wanted to showcase there. Let's have a look at this deck in a little bit more detail. It is a wild deck. It's a Jade Shaman with N'Zoth the Corruptor and a bunch of Death Rattle minions. And it's from a player called Ophion from Hearthstone. So a major thank you to Ophion. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. And if you've followed my channel over the last few months, you'll know I'm a massive Secrets Paladin fan. I love playing that deck on wild mode. I got a bit bored of it and I thought, okay, let's try something different. And this wild Jade N'Zoth deck, it really does fit the bill. As I said, you've got your Jade cards, you've got your Jade Claws in your early game, in your mid game you have your Jade Spirit, and in the late game your Jade Chieftain. And the idea is with Bran Bronzebeard you can increase the number of Jade Golems that you get, and everyone's happy. Of course, let's not forget Arya too, and if they manage to clear the golems, if for somehow, some way, they manage to clear your golems, you still have N'Zoth the Corruptor to bring your Death Rattle minions back to life. You have Arya, you have White Eyes, one of my most favourite cards in the game actually, White Eyes. I mean, who wouldn't love a 5-cost 10/10? And there is, of course, the old school favourite, Double Sludge Belcher. You can't beat a bit of Sludge Belcher. It's a double layered taunt that's really difficult to get through. There's of course Lightning Storm, Maelstrom Portal, synergising with Blood Mage Thalnos and Azadrake for spell power. There is even healing in the deck with the double Water Speaker, and of course Jade Lightning, very good for removal too. Oh, Harrison Jones and Swampoos too, just for those pesky pirate warriors. We tech those in. So let's have a look at this deck in action. And this is my my early attempt at the wild mode ladder. In a previous video, you saw me using Secrets Paladin, and then I jumped straight into this deck. And so far, it's been very effective. It's been very effective. I think on average it's something like a anywhere from 65 to 70% win rate, which is pretty good. Pretty good. Okay, so going up here against Shaman. I'm pondering this hand, and I think I'm just going to keep the claws. Tempted by the lightning. I mean, it's removal, right? It kills a totem golem, but maybe I just keep the Jade Claws and see what else I get. Okay, sure. Lightning Bolt would have been nice, I think, as early removal for Tunnel Trog, but it's Pirate Shaman, I guess, and I think that means aggression is on the way. But Jade Claws there, as you can see, is so very good at answering that early pirate threat. And we put something on the board as well. That's really good. Yeah. Lightning Bolt, Swampoos, Mistress of Mixtures. Those would have been some good... Oh, speaking of the Mistress, there she is. Those would have been some good early game cards to get. But we're in a good position here you know, when our mistress dies, we're going to regain health, and we are injured. We're at 26, so we're going to gain 4 health. That's really good. But yes, this shaman now, playing the defensive game, he's protecting his patches. And unfortunately, I've got nothing to do here. Nothing to do. And this is where this deck can sometimes fall apart. It doesn't run Tunnel Trog. It doesn't run the Totem Golem. It doesn't run Feral Spirit. So you don't get the Trog overload synergies in this deck. And that can set it at a bit of a disadvantage compared to other Shaman decks that are more aggressive. My late game is aggressive in this deck, whereas their early game is very aggressive, as you can see. And sometimes you just can't beat that. You can't beat them, you know, with their flaming facelesses, you know, 4-mana 7/7s, with their Tunnel Trogs, with their Totem Golems, with those obscenely aggressive starts. Sometimes you just can't win. Although, to counteract that, as you can see, the Water Speaker is in this deck. In my opinion, the best healing card in the game, right? 4 mana, 3/6, heals you for 6. I mean, those are crazy stats. And who cares about the overload, right? You just plan ahead, play around it, if you can. Okay, Sludge Belcher will slow him down, but already, you know, you can see the difference in our health. He's at 30, I'm at 15. It's a bit scary, right? It's a bit scary here. Unfortunately, he gets a straight trade with his Totem Golem into my Belcher. And it doesn't even kill the Totem Golem. And there's that 4 mana 7/7. So balanced, right? So balanced. So, Aggro Shaman with Jade teched in is viewed as probably a premier tier 1 deck, right? And people I speak to on my friends list here in this game, they say, oh, you got to play it, it's really good. Yeah, it is, but I'm always one for trying something slightly different, right? And this Shaman build, I guess you could call it mid-range Shaman with good late game. This Shaman build does fit that bill of being different. And sometimes you can make a great comeback. Like now. See, healing for 6 there is good. It puts a body on the board as well. And now I have the board, just like that. Just like that. Over a turn, we swing the game, we have the board. And because there are so many more shamans now, or aggro shamans in the meta, Doomhammer has started to make a comeback in some cases. So Harrison Jones there is such a perfect answer to Doomhammer, or even to Spirit Claws, because Spirit Claws has 3 charges, and sometimes they just equip it and they don't attack with it, so you draw 3 cards, which is insane. Anyway, here we could double trade into the Totem Golem. Okay, that's not a spell power. That's not spell power totem, but it's fine. We will Lightning Storm just to clear the board, and now we only need 1 trade. Okay, 1 trade, which is good. I was pondering whether Lightning Storm would be more useful a bit later in the game, but yeah, like with a situation like this, where he's got these taunts in the way. But it's fine, right?
Golems are a girl's best friend.
There's Aya. And we still have the board. And there is nothing he can do. There's nothing he can draw. Well, double Lava Burst, Spell Power Totem? Would that kill me? Yeah, that would kill me. But what are the chances of that happening? It's over now. White Eyes will seal the deal. His life is my shield, he says. I love that card. I really do. Until they entomb it, of course. Or hex it. But there we go. Board in our favour. Aggro Shaman now. On the ropes. Yeah. We were able to make the comeback. And yeah, that just takes us through rank 15. Okay, next game is a Warlock. I'll give you 2 guesses. Yeah, you're right. Just need 1 guess, didn't you? It's a Renolock, right? What else? What else could it be? Having said that, I have faced off against a couple of Zoolocks recently. Not many, just a couple. Yeah, I wonder if that's making a comeback. I don't know. It seems bad with Zoolock at the moment. Especially with Renolocks being about and Shamans being about. You know, AoE is what wrecks the Zoolock. Lightning Storm, Maelstrom Portal, Hellfire, Twisting Nether, you name it, Shadow Flame. So yeah, Zoolock probably not in a great spot. But you can sneak out some quick wins with Zoolock if you build a board and if they don't have an answer to it. Wow, Swampoos is so good for him there. And that's one of the issues with equipping that weapon and doing nothing with it. You are gambling. You're taking a massive, massive gamble. And there it paid off for him. But, okay. Wow. Okay. Was my use of the Jade Lightning inappropriate there? Should I have held that back? Possibly. Possibly. Maybe I'm just trying to be aggressive here. Oh wow, Blingtron! Ha! He gets Doomhammer. Oh my god, that's incredible. So, in a situation like this, you're sort of sad, right? But you're not too sad. Because you have Harrison Jones.
My life is yours.
Yeah, but I don't want to overdraw. I don't want to draw. I need to be careful with how many cards I draw, right?
Extraordinary.
I would have overdrawn there if I'd played Harrison, I think. And we don't want to do that. So we can afford to wait, because White Eyes will hopefully block the Doomhammer here. And we'll just play out as much of our hand as we can. I mean, if we'd played Harrison there, we'd have drawn 6 cards.
Who knows what secrets will uncover?
Yeah, we would have overdrawn.
At last.
And there's Kazakus. Interesting. Bran Kazakus, the ultimate combo. Okay. So do we just Jade Lightning here? We can Jade Lightning. We can play the Mistress and Hero Power. Question is, do we want to commit the Mistress here? Is there any point? No, there's not. If he has any significant form of AoE, it just dies, right? And it heals him, which is not something we want, because he's at 17. We could be close to lethal at some point soon. Yeah, I mean, we're 1 off at this point. Of course, you see, there's the AoE. There's the AoE. Well, he tanks 5. Okay. Toxic Sewer-Ooze. Wow, this guy. We saw Swamp-Ooze, now we've seen Toxic Sewer-Ooze. Wow. Okay, is it time? How many cards do we draw? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it's fine, right? Let's So we draw 4.
Extraordinary.
And now we can play something and we're fine. There we go. Okay. But he'll get the health back now. He'll kill my mistress. But I have a hand full of cards. And I guess, in theory, this should be enough to win the game, you'd think. But it is a Renolock. And we haven't seen Twisting Nether yet. So, we do have to be careful, of course. He's tapping? Really? I guess you've got to look for that Reno, right? Or if you've already got Reno in hand, you feel safe tapping. You sort of think to yourself, how's a shaman going to kill you? Okay, so we fill the board to the best of our ability. I think one of the things that we want to do here is we want to bring out Twisting Nether, because once we've seen Twisting Nether, we're sort of okay, or we're sort of confident, right? No, trading everything away, that's good for us. Okay, so he needed to kill the Belcher, or the first body of the Belcher, to make the potion work. Sure. But we're fine with that. We're just going to continue putting things down on the board. I mean, he has a 1-1 and a 2-2. Wow, that's an interesting play. That's a next level play. Mortal Coil your own minion to draw a card. Do you know what that says to me? That says to me he doesn't have Reno in hand, and he's really worried, and he's desperate to draw Reno. I think Belcher's fine here. We want our N'Zoth value, so we want him to kill the Belcher. We do want N'Zoth to really bring back the double Belcher there. It pretty much will seal the game. And hopefully he plays Twisting Nether before we play our N'Zoth. We still have the Storm Guardian, we have Aya. And that's the Sylvanas, which is okay. Okay, I thought he was going to Shadow Flame for a second there. This is fine, right? We hex it. It's what we keep the hex for. There are other targets in the deck. There is Ragnaros, for example, if he plays it. Yeah, if I was doing this, I should have drawn first, right? I should have played the Drake first. So, bit of an issue there with my ordering. I guess I didn't think that through very well. But, it's still fine, right? We have 10 attack on board. Which means he's dead next turn if he can't Reno at this point, or if he doesn't Twisting Nether.
I wonder.
I'd really like to see Twisting Nether here. Because once you see it, you sort of know you're in a safe zone, unless he plays a big Shadow Flame, which I guess you've got to look out for. But if we see Twisting Nether, it does mean the Storm Guardian is in a good spot. But then, of course, there's Siphon Soul, right? Oh, there's the Siphon Soul. He's Siphon Souling a 5/5. Oh, wow, okay. I mean, that's the thing about Renolock. It's an endless parade of different tools that they have to beat you with, or to regain control of the board. Hey! Clear the board. Oh, of course, we had the Azadrake on board. Of course we were going to clear it. Sure. Too often have I lightning stormed, and I've done 2 damage to a 3 health minion and just been really salty about it. Yeah, I forgot there was an Azadrake on board. And speaking of forgetting about things, I forgot about the second potion from Kazakus. I completely forgot about that. Again, another tool that they have in their arsenal to clear board. We play the Chieftain there. It gets us a 7/7 golem. That's pretty intense, pretty strong. And Aya is waiting in the wings to give us another big golem. Or 2 golems, hopefully. We've seen Sylvanas, so we're not too afraid of anything being stolen now. But we do need to play around this Twisting Nether and Shadowflame. He's really not managed to get Reno. I find this fascinating. And do you know what? It's sort of in line with my luck. When you watch a pro player on their stream, they always seem to get Reno in their opening hand, or they get Reno by the time they need Reno. And against aggro decks, they often get it by turn 6, so they can just play it and win the game. When I need my Reno... Oh, hello. It's Jiraxis. When I need my Reno, you know, when I play against aggro decks, he's always in the bottom 10 cards of my deck, and I lose. I never get good luck when I play Reno decks. I never draw Reno in time. And maybe that's what this Warlock has gone through. Just hasn't drawn his Reno. Okay. Healing value. I'm a little scared of combo. Leroy, power overwhelming, plus the 3 damage from the weapon. I just want to put myself at a safe health total here. If I keep myself at a reasonable health total, then I don't need to worry about Leroy. And there's the Nether. And now all we've got to worry about is Shadowflame. And of course, he has these 6/6s on board, which make for good Shadowflame activators. Yeah, bow before the fury of the storm. There's the Storm Guardian. We've seen Siphon Soul, we've seen Twisting Nether. This should now be over. Unless he's got power overwhelming Shadowflame. Now that would be a problem. But if he does that, we have Aya. Oh, and we've still not played N'Zoth. So we are playing what I guess what you'd call a value game here against this Renolock, and we're winning. And we're winning. That's the power of the Jade Golems. They can really accelerate in value. I mean, you've got an 8/8 on board. Aya will give us a 9/9. Her Death Rattle gives you a 10/10. So you can take control classes to the limit and beyond with these Golems. In the first week of the Gadget Sound expansion, I really had a lot of fun with Druid and Jade Synergy, Jade Druid. And then I realised it was too slow, and aggro decks just ate you up. Which is why my preference has gone to Shaman, because Shaman has Maelstrom Portal, it has Lightning Storm, it can clear aggressive boards. And it just seems a little bit quicker at getting those golems out on the board. Druid can summon golems forever by shuffling, so it can outlast a Shaman. But Shaman can get those golems down quicker, in my opinion anyway, in my experience. And there we go. It was enough there to beat the Renolock, and we streak into rank 14. Okay, next game. It's against a warrior. So, you think to yourself, pirate warrior. That's the first thought that goes through your mind. And we have the Jade Claws, which is a wonderful draw against pirate warrior because you can test the Buccaneer, which is really important. They get so much value from the Buccaneer because of its increased attack power, and Pirate Warrior has easy access to weapons. I mean, even if they don't have the Fiery War Axe, they can just play Upgrade and get a 1/3 weapon. They have such easy access that their Buccaneer always gets value, right? So, Jade Claws is so good at stopping a little bit of the early aggression. Alright, that's a ship's cannon, so we know what's coming. We know it's Pirate Warrior. And I'm so afraid of that cannon. I'm so afraid of it because of the value and the damage it can get. I've traded in preemptively with my face. Okay, Fiery War Axe. Sure, he's forced to use the War Axe there because he doesn't want my 1-drop, my 1-attack golem to get value with the trade. So anyway, we have to kill the cannon. Blood Mage Thalnos is played here for the body. I want that Fiery War Axe to hit Thalnos. Why? Well, it's saving our face from 3 damage, and secondly, we draw a card. Yeah, we need to draw cards here. It's really important. We need the Sludge Belcher. If we get the Belcher, we stand a good chance of winning. If we don't get Sludge Belcher, we probably lose the game. And Pirate Warrior, I mean, it's such a difficult deck to beat. It really is. Oh, there's the Belcher. If that aggressive start is achieved, you often have no hope. You have no chance. We've slowed him down a little bit here with Jade Lightning, but look, weapon comes out into play, and to the face he goes. Sure. And we're at 18. Wow. So, Belcher is fine, and I'm actually going to go face here. Why am I going face? Because the Death Rattle from Death Spite is going to kill my Belcher anyway, and hopefully it'll take down his Pirate too, but my 2/2 will survive. Oh wow, he just threw in a Corcoran there. That's really interesting. Did he order that correctly? Huh. Oh well. Okay. It's between the healing and the Drake and the Aya. I'm actually playing the Drake here to draw a card. Because I feel safe-ish. I feel safe because I'm at 18. And he's only got a 1-attack weapon equipped. Huh, really? He's gonna tap. Wow, okay. That's interesting. He's now gonna tap into the cards he needs, so... And he's at 27, so he has a massive health pool. So now I have to be really careful. I have to heal. And this is where the Mistress of Mixtures really comes into her own. In the late game, I mean, she's good as an early game threat. She can test the Buccaneer. But in the late game, in the mid to late game, I mean, this is not late game. It's turn 7, for God's sake. I mean, it is the mid game. It's just that, you know, I feel so threatened. Yeah. This is where she comes into her own. The healing she can give you can stop these aggro decks in their tracks. It's so good. Okay, let's look at one last game. And this is against a Warlock here. And again, I give you 2 guesses. What kind of a Warlock is it? Now, you're going to guess Renolock, aren't you? Because that's what they always are. Well, guess again. Guess again. Take your second guess this time. Alright, you need your second guess. Yeah, it's going to be a Zoolock. Of course, I didn't know that when I did my mulligan. I thought it was a Renolock, so I mulliganed away my AoE. Well, I was going to be in for a nasty surprise. Let's see what happens here. Okay, so you sort of sit there and you say to yourself, what's he going to play on turn 1? Surely it's a Renolock.
Get it out! Get it out!
And no, he plays a possessed villager. Ha. Oh well. Mulliganed away my Maelstrom portals. Mulliganed away my Lightning Storm. I feel bad about that now. And look, it's the Zoolock doing Zoolock things. Well, we still got tools here to contest. I mean, look, Jade Claws, so good. Kills the wolf. and gives us a 1/1 to contest a 1/1. That's brilliant. And if you look at the hand here, we have Sludge Belcher. That's so good against Zoo. I mean, the 3-attack Belcher eats into so many of their minions and usually takes 2 or 3 of them down with it. We have Healing, should we ever need it. And if we survive into the late game, we have N'Zoth the Corruptor to get that Belcher back. And that's the key here, is survival, because Zoo does specialise in 2 things. Firstly, board trading with its cheap minions, and secondly, building a board. Building a board full of cheap minions, which you can't contest. And that's a card that I think everyone was so happy to see the back of. Nerubian Egg in standard mode, it no longer exists, and I think, you know, there's rejoicing going on because the value that Zoolock can get from that card is insane. You can buff it for an attack trade, and then you get a 4/4 Nerubian from it, which is insane. And that's one of the things that will perhaps cause me to think twice about AoE. You know, do you really want to pop the egg? That is the question that you always have to ask yourself. If you pop it, can you deal with it? That's the other question. But if you look at the board here, I'm in control. And again, his objective is to fill the board. But if he gets behind on the board, he's really going to struggle to make a comeback against my big, beefy minions. Implosion is one way to fill a board. But now look, my Sludge Belcher is going to eat, literally eat, these imps for dinner. Or maybe not. Oh, disconnect. That's been happening to me a lot recently. I don't know about anyone else out there, but I've been suffering from a lot of disconnections. Or rather, it sort of crashes as well. My game crashes an awful lot since the Gadget Sand patch. And I have to restart, which is really annoying. And sometimes it lets me restart my game, sometimes it actually doesn't. It terminates my previous matchup, which is annoying. I mean, it's not so bad if you're losing, but if you're winning, it's really annoying. So, again, Zoolock doing Zoolock things. I haven't seen a knife juggler on the ladder for ages. Because Hunter has pretty much disappeared. Zoolock has pretty much disappeared. Oh, hello. So there's the AoE that I mulliganed away at the start. So I think we just did it right. Oh. Just one thing survives. Okay. Sure. We're not going to waste our second AoE. Because what's he going to do now? He's going to tap. Yep, see? Called it. He's going to tap. And he's going to play stuff. More stuff. Yeah. There's an imp. Oh, come on. Nerubian Egg again. Okay, there's the second egg. So I'm just going to stall for time now. I'm just going to Belcher up. He'll kill it. He'll double trade, possibly. But I have healing. And eventually, oh my god. Eventually we'll play N'Zoth. But Knife Juggler there. And he got a little unlucky with his juggles. But still good for him. Okay, Maelstrom Portal. Do we do it?
That belongs in a museum.
No. We just heal up. We bide our time. If we double Portal there, he'll have a 4/4 Nerubian on board, which is quite scary. I mean, I guess I could have played my Harrison there to contest the Nerubian, but I think this is better.
Buying or selling.
Yeah, he's going all in. He has to here. He has to go all in. Oh, wow. He PO'd an imp. He didn't PO the Nerubian. That's really interesting. He wants to preserve the Nerubian because he's trying to play around AoE. I guess that's quite smart. Okay. Oh, Spell Power Totem. Sure. So we can play all of our AoE here if we want. But we don't need to. The Spell Power Totem gives our Lightning Bolt the attack it needs. And it's over. Yes, we beat the second wave of minions, and if there was ever any doubt, we still had N'Zoth. But yeah, streaking into 13 with this deck on the Wild Mode ladder, that's pretty good. Yeah, that was good fun. Okay, so a big thank you to Ophion. I think, again, apologise if I've not pronounced your name correctly, from Hearthstone. Really effective deck. You know, this mixture of Jade Golems with Death Rattle minions, super effective. I've yet to decide whether I miss the Tunnel Trog with the Totem Golem and with the Feral Spirit and the Flaming Faceless. But if you can survive to the mid to late game, you should be set with this deck, because you can use your AoE to make a comeback, and then you can flood with Golems or Death Rattle minions and pretty much win the game. I'm going to take another look at this deck in a few days' time. I'm going to play a few more games with it, and we're going to see how it continues to fare on the Wild Mode ladder. I think I'm going to give my Secrets Paladin a break for a while. So yeah, look out for another video in a few days where I'll try and profile this deck in a bit more depth and maybe do a bit deeper analysis on some of the cards. So thanks very much for joining me, everyone. Do take care now. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, and I'll see you all again very soon.